For managing polycystic ovarian syndrome, balancing your hormones and reducing inflammation is very key. We also want to make sure that our insulin levels are well regulated so that we're not spiking and dipping and causing fluctuations in other hormones. We know that 80% of women with polycystic ovarian syndrome suffer from insulin resistance. Insulin resistance means that a person's insulin isn't working as effectively as it should and won't thereby clear glucose from their bloodstream as effectively. This can cause havoc on other hormonal responses. So foods to avoid when you have polycystic ovarian syndrome in general are foods that trigger that inflammatory response. We want to limit the amount of processed foods in our diet, which are very high in sugar and can cause that insulin to spike up and down. We also want to choose whole grains instead of refined carbohydrates. They're released very quickly into your bloodstream, these refined carbohydrates such as white bread, white rice, white pasta, and thereby they spike your insulin load and send off a cascade of hormonal imbalance. We also want to limit excessive amounts of red meat and full cream dairy, as these food groups are high in saturated fat, which can cause that inflammatory response and interfere with insulin sensitivity. General tips are to keep eating regular meals, so include 5 to 6 small meals throughout the day so that we're not spiking and dipping our blood sugar levels. Also, it gives us a chance to optimize our nutrition when we have more smaller meals throughout the day and add different types of nutrition each time. We also want to try and get a balance of different macronutrients on our plate, so that is carbohydrates, proteins, and good fats. Other lifestyle factors like exercise, stress, hydration, and sleep patterns are also very, very important to factor in your management of polycystic ovarian syndrome. Dietitians can also help you to manage your weight, and we know that for women with PCOS, even a 5 to 10% weight reduction can sometimes be enough to balance your hormones and reduce those symptoms that you're experiencing quite significantly.